My cousin asked me to house sit her place up near Priest Lake, Idaho, for 2 weeks in November of 2021. She and her husband were doing some extended travel thing through Portugal and didn't want the pipes to freeze. The cabin is about 11 miles off the main highway on a Forest Service road, and the nearest town, if you can call it that, is a gas station and a post office about 20 minutes away. I'd been there twice before in the summer, so I knew what I was getting into. Or I thought I did. The first few days were genuinely pleasant. I had my laptop, a bag of groceries, and a stack of paperback novels. Cell service was non-existent, but there was a landline that worked fine. I got a routine going. Coffee, a walk down the road, dinner, reading by the woodstove. It was quiet in a way that city people think they want until they actually get it. But I adjusted. By day 4, I wasn't even thinking about it. On the 5th night, I stepped out onto the porch around 9 to get some air before bed. It was clear and cold, and the tree line was maybe 40 feet from the front of the cabin. I stood there for a minute, and then I noticed that the motion sensor light on the corner of the woodshed was on. It's triggered by anything that moves within about 20 feet of it. I figured it was a deer. There are a lot of deer out there. I went back inside. I told myself it was nothing. I woke up at around 2 in the morning to a sound I couldn't immediately place. It took me a few seconds lying there in the dark to identify it. Someone was walking on the gravel path that runs along the side of the cabin. Slow, deliberate steps. Not an animal. The weight and rhythm of it was wrong for an animal. It was footsteps. I lay completely still. The steps stopped directly outside my bedroom window. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. I just listened. And then I heard it. The faint, distinct sound of someone exhaling through their nose. Slow and steady. Like they were standing there, just listening back. I don't know how long I lay there. It felt like 10 minutes, but it was probably 90 seconds. Then the footsteps started again, moving toward the back of the cabin. I heard them stop at the back door. And then, very slowly, I heard the handle move. Not turn all the way, just shift, like someone was testing it. The back door was unlocked. I was off the bed before I even thought about it. I crossed the room, grabbed the desk chair, and wedged it under the handle of my bedroom door. Then I got into the corner with the landline phone and called 911. My hands were shaking so badly I misdialed twice. I need help. I'm at a cabin off Forest Service Road 238 near Priest Lake. Someone is outside. Someone tried the back door. The dispatcher kept me on the line. She was calm in a way that somehow made it worse. She told me the closest sheriff's unit was about 35 minutes out. I stayed in that corner. The footsteps came back around to the front of the cabin. I heard them go up the porch steps. 1, 2, 3. Then nothing. Silence for so long, I started to wonder if I'd imagined all of it. Then the front door handle rattled. Once. Hard. I pressed myself into the corner. I had my cousin's fireplace poker in my other hand. I don't even remember grabbing it. The rattling stopped. I heard the porch creak. The steps went down and moved away toward the tree line. Then nothing again. I did not move from that corner for 2.5 hours. I stayed on the line with the dispatcher until I heard the sheriff's cruiser coming up the road. I didn't unlock the bedroom door until he knocked and identified himself. He walked the perimeter with his flashlight while I stood in the kitchen. He didn't say much when he came back in, which scared me more than anything that had happened that night. He just asked me a few questions. Had I seen anyone on the road? Had anything seemed off during the day? Then he told me to make sure all the doors were locked and said he'd drive past a few more times before dawn. I asked him what he found outside. He said there were boot prints in the mud on the side of the cabin, clear enough to see. Men's boots, he said, large. They came out of the tree line, circled the cabin, went back in. He said I should probably stay somewhere else for the rest of my time up there. I left the next morning before it was fully light out. I packed my bag, wrote my cousin a note, and drove without stopping until I hit Spokane. I called her from there and she told me, almost offhandedly, that the previous winter a man had been found camping illegally on the property. She'd called the county and they'd told him to move on. She didn't think it was a big deal. I don't know if it was the same person. I don't know what he wanted. The sheriff's office said they'd look into it, and as far as I know, they never found anyone. What I do know is this. Those boot prints came out of the woods and went in a complete circle around the cabin before going back. The deputy told me the stride was slow and even the whole way around. Whoever it was wasn't running, wasn't startled. They just walked around the cabin, like they were checking something, like they were making sure of something. I don't house sit anymore. I don't go anywhere I can't leave in under 5 minutes. And every single time I stay somewhere new, the first thing I do, before I unpack, before anything, is check every lock in the place.